the Middle East. And that's exactly what we proceeded to do. We changed the Middle East for the better, cutting down the Iranian terror proxy network to size, pushing back the nuclear weapons threat that threatened Israel, but also threatened everyone else. Because if they had nuclear bombs, Iran, to put on ballistic missiles that would ultimately reach the United States, that would have endangered every person in the United States. We acted on it, and we acted on it together, and we changed the Middle East. Now we have opportunities for peace, which we should pursue, and I intend to pursue it with the president.
It seemed from the press conferences that there might be a slight disagreement on what to do about the West Bank. Is that something that the two of you can hammer out together?
Oh, I think so. I mean, we discuss it, but understand there, Iran is also trying to build terror proxies among the Palestinians there, and funneling them weapons, egging them to murder Israelis, and we've achieved quite a bit there. There's more to do, but I think that's something. I think we see eye to eye. He said there's no daylight between us, and you know what? There really isn't. I mean, yeah, of course we can discuss things. We do. And he said I'm difficult sometimes. Yeah, well, you know.
Your wife probably thinks that too, right?
My wife thinks I'm difficult?
I imagine.
I'm the perfect, what are you talking about? Well, you know, public life always costs the family, and because I get attacked, slandered all the time, and that's part of the game. But I don't think my wife Sarah or my kids who were born into it really had an inkling of what they didn't choose this. I mean, they were born into it. Sarah's been like a lioness. You know, she withstands this, and she's been the pivot of our family, and in many ways also the moral support that I've had in critical junctions. And I probably wouldn't be here without her, and without the support of the people of Israel, who are in a very broad swath supporting what I do. And I do it because we have a common mission. You know, we're not going to let these Ayatollahs end Jewish history.
But you know, it's sort of interesting. I was thinking last night, like, okay, you could either be sitting at a beach, or you could be fighting Hezbollah, the Houthis, Hamas, Iran wanting to destroy Israel. You've got, people at home who probably as a politician, no doubt, take slaps at you. You've got the trial that's ongoing. I mean, you could have a very different life than this. Why this one?
Because it's a mission which I inherited from my father, my brother, who died while leading their historic raid on Entebbe, which rescued 103 hostages from horrible terrorists, Palestinian terrorists and Germans who were helping them. My mission is to make sure that I do as much as I can in the time that I have allotted on this earth to safeguard the future of the Jewish people and the Jewish state. And that's what I do. That's a mission. Otherwise, what are you in politics for? Power is boring by itself. What does it mean? What, to sit there and play politics by itself? Yes, it's necessary. And yes, you have to do it. But you do it for a cause. That's the cause that I follow. I inherited from my father, from my grandfather, and from the people of Israel who overwhelmingly support me. So I get reelected again and again and again, despite press opposition and all that. It doesn't work. You know why? Because the people identify. They believe what I just told you, and they're right.
Well, you know, the pardon, the discussion of the pardon, President Trump thinks, frankly, I do too. I can't imagine having my prime minister, my president immersed in all those fights that I just laid out and worrying about a couple bottles of champagne or something. I mean, I know this isn't I'm not Israeli, but to me, as an outsider, I think, you got to be kidding me. But anyway, are you going to get a pardon?
Well, I don't know. We'll find out very soon. But I'll tell you what I'm being pardoned for. I mean, the whole thing is incredible. They talk about corruption trial. You know what the charges were? I
know. I saw your video. That's why I'm saying that.
Let me tell you about it.
I'm with you on this one.
Because I got so many responses from around the world because people said, we didn't know. So I decided I'll just tell you. So let me tell you. I mean, I was accused of getting positive coverage from a second-rate, third-rate internet site. That was the so-called bribe, okay? So, and it was put forward by this politicized prosecution that wanted to get rid of me because I kept winning elections. So they figured out there's got to be a way to get rid of this guy. And the way to do it is you trump up some charges, fake charges. And the charge was I was receiving positive coverage from this second, third-rate internet site. Okay, so the trial begins. This is years now. It's going on for years.
Yeah, since 2020, isn't it?
No, the investigation started 10 years ago. 10 years ago on this thing, okay? So as the trial unfolds, it turns out I didn't get positive coverage. I got negative coverage, horrible, hateful coverage, completely slanted. The judges 2 years ago called the prosecution in, and they said, hey, drop the bribery charge. There's no bribery here. This is ridiculous. Okay. The prosecution refuses to do it because they're politically motivated. So they said, oh, well, he'll crack. He'll cut a deal and leave office if we bring him to cross-examination. I come to the cross-examination. One of the first things that they say is, Prime Minister, 29 years ago, your son, 5 years old at the time, received a Bugs Bunny doll from a friend. You hear this?
I hear.
This is unbelievable. So I'll be
Meanwhile, you're fighting a war.
Meanwhile, yeah, I'm
okay,
fighting.
Meanwhile, fighting a war.
Fighting the war, okay. And I said, yeah. And so that became the Bugs Bunny trial. And then they said, okay, that's what's left. Bugs Bunny, and I got some cigars from a friend.
Which you shouldn't smoke anyway, but go ahead.
You're absolutely right. that is a serious charge.
That is a serious charge.
That is a serious charge.
But okay, wait.
So this is what this trial is about. It's about Bugs Bunny and cigars, because the judges already said there's no bribery, there's nothing. So the whole thing is ridiculous, but it continues because of this politically motivated prosecution that wants to somehow get rid of me because I keep winning the elections.
Here's what I don't understand is that President Herzog is his opposing party. I mean, he knows you're fighting a war, and he can pick up the paper and read what I just did, or he can watch your video. So, I mean, you know, at some point, you know, even if you don't like the other guy or his opponent, you do the right thing.
Well, I hope so, and I can tell you that it's the right thing not only because the trial has collapsed and the whole thing is absurd, but also because I have to spend 2 to 3 times a week
during a war.
During a war,
Yeah.
during a war, 8 hours a day. You know, the whole thing is
Well, no trial could even. I've tried cases. I can't imagine how testimony. If I try to keep you on the witness stand, I'll try to keep you here for a long interview, and I can't do that. So I don't know how I keep you on the witness stand asking questions.
Yeah, there's probably not been any Israeli citizen that's been subjected to 3 times a week to appear in court. I mean, that doesn't happen. You know, week after week, month after month. The whole thing obviously distracts me from the real job that we have that we just discussed. Providing security, expanding the peace, expanding the Abraham Accords, doing these unbelievable things that we're doing now, because I'm also pushing Israel into the forefront of AI in cooperation with the United States. I mean, our economy is booming. Do you follow it? I mean, our stock market is probably the best performing stock market in the world.
In the middle of a war.
In the middle of a war.
Which I keep throwing in.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. I mean, we were just ranked among the 3 best performing economies in the world. It's just incredible. Our currency, our exchange rate is the best it's ever been. Unemployment completely the lowest it's ever been. Inflation low. The whole thing is performing brilliantly because I turned Israel into a free market economy that harnessed the genius of our people. And so, you know, people have tremendous startups, high-tech, the highest high-tech you can imagine. And so people are coming to Israel, and investment in Israel is huge. And people are understanding that Israel has become stronger than it's ever been. After we were surprised, and after we had to deal with 7 fronts, Israel's economy is the strongest it's ever been. And Israel, as a power, has become a world power. And I think part of the reason is because we have not only the genius of our people and the right policies that we've had, but also we've had a friend in the White House, second to none. And when Israel is strong, we protect not only ourselves, but also our American allies and America's interests. It's been a tremendous friendship and alliance, not only for our benefit, but for America's benefit as well.
Okay, one last question, because now you have to go. Somaliland. I had to look it up on the map. You have recognized Somaliland. You are the first nation to do so. Now that I know where it is, I studied a little history for it, but why? What provoked that and the timing?
Well, Somaliland has 6 million citizens, moderate Muslims. They want to join the Abraham Accords, and I think that's very good. They are Democrats. They've had elections. The rest of Somalia, which is Kochbaj, has had al-Shabaab terrorists there. Never had elections since for decades. Got a lot of terrorists coming there. So why not support democratic, moderate country, Muslim country that wants to join the Abraham Accords. I think everybody should do that.
But I guess
if we have to be,
coming.
first.
I guess we didn't see it coming,
Well,
and you're the first nation, and I'm going, Somaliland?
Yeah, Somaliland, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll have to go visit Somaliland. I take you can help me get a interview with the president.
I'll do my best.
All right. Thank you, sir. It's always nice to see you, and nice to see you here in the United States.
Thank you, and I can say this, Merry Christmas to all our Christian friends around the world, but equally a Happy New Year to all, and I hope it'll be a safer and more peaceful and more prosperous year. For Israel, it's been quite that, but we want it for everyone.
Thank you.
Those who want our friendship have it, and those who oppose us and want to obliterate us, they'll fail.
It will indeed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.